If you look at this chart, global stock markets, the S&P are generally up 7 to 8% this week. And you see two main jumps in this chart. The first one is on Monday, where you had good news coming out of the United States, mainly linked to the Black Friday sales. To all of you guys who don't know, Black Friday is the day after Thanksgiving, and Americans have this very bad habit of going shopping after a holiday. So they go out and buy stuff that no one really needs or whatever, that no one would possibly buy out of all of us. So Americans go out on a holiday, go and buy stuff, and shopping sales were up 7% compared to last year. And I didn't really know how this is calculated, so I did some research and I thought it was really funny. There's this one company, it's called, I forgot the name, but basically it's a satellite company, and they're looking at how many cars are in the parking lot, and they kind of assume how many people will be shopping. So that's kind of a funny way to see how many people are actually shopping. The other big news was yesterday, coming out from the Federal Reserve and 5 other central banks, who basically intervened into the markets by offering what is called a US swap line. And it's basically a line where the Federal Reserve is providing liquidity for other central banks, mainly in Europe, to get US dollar funding. The interest rate for that before yesterday was 1.1%. And so what they did yesterday, they lowered this rate to 0.6%, making it more competitive to the money market rates. So I know that this might sound really complicated, but it's actually really easy. The main way that a bank can get funding is either going to a central bank, which is considered to be the lender of last resort, or going to another bank. So let's take HSBC. HSBC has got too much money on one day, and Lloyds doesn't have enough money. So what do the banks do? They come together in the money market, and HSBC is going to give some money to Lloyds in an optimal market. But because banks are becoming suspicious again, banks don't really want to lend to each other. So Lloyds is not going to get this money, and I'm just making these names up. Don't if you have a bank account with Lloyds, don't go and close it tomorrow or whatever. But basically, Lloyds doesn't have enough money. What are they going to do? They probably have to go to the central bank. The main reason why this is considered very bad is because if people find out about this, they will be asking, why did you go to the central bank? Didn't you get money from another bank? And so people will get suspicious and people will start selling stuff. So the main rumor yesterday was that a big French bank was supposed to become insolvent, and that the European Central Bank and the Federal Reserve wanted to mitigate, or wanted to take some steps so it's not going to happen, and they basically implemented this US swap line. Once again, it's just a rumor, but the last time that the Federal Reserve did this, 2 days after that, Lehman went bankrupt. So just to put it into like scale, it's a really large move, and markets went up 3 to 4% after this, because it's considered to be good, but is it really good? No one really knows. Personally, I would rather sell than buy right now. We still have a lot of problems going on into the markets. It's kind of, you can consider it to a boxing fight where you are in round 9 or round 10. You're coming to an end, but you're not there yet, and you don't want to start buying stocks. The main reason for that is because you still have a lot of problems in the Eurozone. What needs to happen is either countries have to get a haircut on the debt, so they have to, instead of having 100, you just have to repay $80. So that's one of the solutions that could happen. Another thing that you could get is money printing from the European Central Bank or from governments, whatever. And actually, both solutions are being discussed right now. And politicians and central bankers are not sure and disagree which one they should go to, and that's mainly leading to uncertainty in the market. That's basically it from my side today. If you have any questions, feel free to do so. I tried to keep the market summary a bit shorter because we have a game, and that's the main highlight of the meeting. Yeah?
So if you were going to buy right now, which markets would you be looking at?
It depends. If you what you'll probably be looking at is you want to get a portfolio which is very safe, a stable portfolio. So you probably would outweigh cash. Cash is king in this environment. So you're probably looking at some emerging markets such as Brazil, where you get a real interest rate of 6 to 7% just on your cash. Whereas if you go into equities, you have on December 8 and December 9, you have the European Central Bank meeting. And because all of these politicians and the central bankers disagree on what to do, you've got so much uncertainty. You know, no one knows what's going to happen. It might be a disaster, and or it might be good, and the European Central Bank is going to decrease rates. No one really knows because everyone is disagreeing. So it's kind of like a lottery if you invest into the markets right now. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. I think I'll hand over to Artyom right now, who's going to be talking about technology IPO.